Good morning, friends. Today we are dealing with the poem What It Is Like to Be a Transgender by Lee Mokobe. To talk about the poet, she belongs to the transgender group. She's a South African transgender activist, and later she identified herself as transgender male. She is a motivation speaker, and she is one of the 21 individuals from across the globe who make up the new class of fellows for the forthcoming TED 2015 to be held March 16 to 20 in Vancouver. She joined in the fellowship by other experts in a range of fields. Lee, currently based in New York City, uses her slam poetry as a means of exploring social justice and gender identity issues. So let's start the poem. The first time I uttered a prayer was in a glass-stained cathedral. Here she recalls her childhood, where she used to go to the cathedral, the church. The first time I uttered a prayer was in a glass-stained cathedral. I was kneeling long after the congregation was on its feet. And here we can think about the place in the church where they are kneeling for the prayer. It is the congregation. Congregation is the word meaning is assembling. Here people assembles for prayer and they were on their knees. Dip both hands into holy water. What they have to do there as a part of their prayer, they have to dipping both hands into holy water. Trace the Trinity across my chest. They have to draw the Trinity, that Trinity image across the chest. And she's here, Lee is following all the rituals in a church as a part of her faith. And then she says, my tiny body dropping like a question mark. Whenever she is participating in such religious worships, what she feels, she is conscious about her body. It is dropping, it is falling like a question mark. What is I am? I told you she is a transgender. She identifies herself as a question mark. What is myself? Where my body belongs to? Whether it is male or female? The celebrated identification of the gender class. All over the wooden pew. Pew means the bench. So she is just standing there on the wooden bench as a question mark. I asked Jesus to fix me. See what is her prayer? I asked Jesus to fix me, fixing to any single gender, whether male or female. She can't move in between. I asked Jesus, what is her prayer? What she asked in front of Jesus Christ? To fix me. And when he did not answer, I befriended silence in the hopes that my sin would burn and slay, my mouth would dissolve like sugar on tongue. And she's expecting answer from Jesus Christ. And when she realizes she is not getting any answer, what she has done, I befriended, I made friend whom silence. So she became silent in the hopes that My sin would burn and slay my mouth, would dissolve like sugar on tongue. See, she herself considers herself, herself as her body is belongs to something wrong. She is a sinner, and she hopes that when she made silence as her friend, she hopes that her sin would burn and salve my mouth. Salve means salvation. It brings salvation into her mouth and dissolve like sugar on tongue. So when she keeps herself mum, what will happen? The sin will burn and dilute in her mouth with his saliva and dissolve like a sugar on tongue. What is the experience when we put some sugar in our mouth? It will dissolve. Just like that, her sin will burn and dissolve. See, that is the ultimate end of going to church, or the purpose of going to church or having some prayer. But shame lingered as an after state. She feels herself shame, about her body. It lingered, it clutched me, it touched me as an after state. Even after the praying, she is not getting any answer, and she hoped that her sin will dissolve with her silence. But what is the ultimate result? Shame. Only the shame is an after state. After all the states, she has to feel only shame. And in an attempt to reintroduce me to the sanctity, and she is again, after the silence, after the unanswered prayer, she is again attempting, again trying to reintroduce herself into sanctity. Sanctity means holiness. She again trying to believe that her body is innocent and it is very holy. My mother told me of the miracle I was, said I could grow up to be anything I want. Here, she is talking about her mom. My mother told me of the miracle I was. She's just a miracle. It is the combination of male and female. Said I could grow up to be anything I want. And mother gives her a choice to fix herself into one or another when she grows up. I decided to be a boy, and she has considered as a girl, and now she finds herself as a boy. It was cute. So she thinks that to be a boy was cute. I had snapback, toothless grin, used skinned knees as street cred. So what are the things that she possesses now? I had a snapback. It is a cap that she can cover her face with. And toothless grin. Grin is a smile by showing the teeth. But she says what she has, it is a toothless grin. She wants to hide her face, even her smile itself. Used skinned knees as street cred. So, she talked about what she possesses now. She had a cap, and she got a toothless grin and used skinned knees. She's very lean. Her skinned knees as street cred means credibility, believable. That people can, what When people watches her, what she can be appeared in front of them? A girl with a skinned knees and toothless grin and possess snapback, a cap. Played hide and seek with what was left of my goal. And she is playing hide and seek with what was left of my goal. What is her goal? She want to fix herself, and she is now playing hide and seek. I was it. Yeah, she's talking about her past. She's talking about her early experience. I was it, not now. The winner to a game the other kids couldn't play. Yeah, what was it? What was she? It. She uses it that we usually uses to talk about the things, not I or the child. The winner to a game the other kids couldn't play. You might have noticed the things that trans people got much strength that compared to other people. And here in the case of Lee, what we can see, she in her childhood she belonged to females, and when she was playing among female girls, she will be the winner of all games. Okay, that she possesses more strength than girls, and she finds herself more a winner than other kids. I was the mystery of anatomy. And even at that age, she identifies herself as what? She was the mystery. She was the secret of an anatomy, a secret that can't be solved of an anatomy. Anatomy is the body structure. A question asked but not answered. She's a question asked. Who are you? What is your identity? What is your gender? That is the recurrent, repeated question that she has to face. But there is no answer. That is what? But not answered. Tight-roping between awkward boy and apologetic girl. And what was she then? She was tight-roping, tightly, tightening with a rope, tight roping between awkward boy, a boy with a shameful boy, awkward boy, and apologetic girl. Why apology? She is very ashamed about her identity. She feels that though I am looking like a girl, I am not at all a girl. Then that is why she uses that adjective, apologetic. Apology is saying sorry, apologetic girl. And why awkward boy? Why we have that awkward adjective in front of boy? Though she want to be a boy, she can't be a boy at that time. And when I turned 12, the boy face was not deemed cute anymore. She's growing up from that kid's childhood. She's growing up now. She turned 12 years. The boy face was not deemed cute anymore. It is not matching for her. It was met with the nostalgic aunts who missed seeing my knees in the shadow of my skirts. People are watching her. The aunts, nostalgic aunts. Why she uses this adjective nostalgic in front of aunts? They will be always thinking about, okay, why you were a girl, you were used to wear skirts. Now they can't see that. They missed seeing my knees in the shadow of skirts. Girls are supposed to wear skirts and show their knees, and now she is not wearing such skirts, and that is why aunts, nostalgic aunts, are complaining about missing seeing her knees in the shadow of skirts. What an allegory or adjectives that she uses to talk about her, transformation. Who here means the nostalgic aunts, who remind me that my kind of attitude would never bring a husband home. If you are growing in this way, like a boy, you won't be bringing any husband to home. That was their complaint, or nostalgic aunts complaint against her present identity when she turns 12 years old. That I exist for heterosexual marriage. What these comments reminds her, it forces the feeling that she is existing for heterosexual marriage, the marriage that happens in the society in common, hetero, both male female marriage, and for childbearing, and she is supposed to have a baby carrying. And relatives or aunts, they used to complain her, if you are imitating boys, if you are not using the skirts of girls, or if you are not living in that way, you won't be able to get a husband, and you won't be able to have an heterosexual marriage or childbearing. And I swallowed their insults along with their slurs. And what was her reaction when she has to face such complaints? I swallowed, just swallowing. When we get some pills that distaste, what we will do? We will swallow the pill, okay, with some water. And without tasting that, without thinking about their comments, she just swallowed it, their insults along with their slurs. Slurs means, shame. Naturally, I did not come out of the closet. When other people used to complain her what happened to her, I did not come out of the closet. Closet means bedroom. She fixed herself into that room. That closet means enclosed room. The kids at my school opened it without my permission. Even she was not safe at all in that room. The kids at my school opened my closet without my permission. It can be, a literal meaning. Literally, it can be closet, open the closet. It can metaphorically, okay, when we talk about this, even though she tried to hide herself within the silence, within the closed room of herself, the kids at my school, her friends, used to open that. They tried to disturb her without her permission. Called me by a name I did not recognize, said lesbian. Her friends, kids in her classroom identified her. She belongs to the class lesbian, and that she is not recognized. Lee is not recognized herself as what? As a lesbian. But I was more boy than girl, more Ken than Barbie. And she says that, I'm not lesbian. You should understand the difference between what is lesbian and transgender. Lesbian having female relationship affinity, but she says that, I'm not a girl, I'm a boy, more Ken than Barbie. The Ken and Barbie are, that what that puppets, name of the puppet, famous puppets representing boy and girl. So she identifies herself as Ken than Barbie. Okay, the rest of the poem that we can deal in the next class. Okay, thank you.